Okay, so this is the subreddit, or Reddit, or whatever you want to call it. It's called Are the NTs Okay? And, NT means neurotypical, and so, um, you know, people that aren't autistic or whatever, something like that. Like, usually I hear it for, like, people who aren't autistic, but I think it can also go for people who aren't, like, who don't have ADHD and stuff like that. So I think it goes for other stuff too, but I mostly hear it for people who aren't autistic because I'm autistic, and so then I'm kind of in that whatever of like I'm not really in any other whatever spaces that are like ADHD and stuff because I don't know, I didn't get whatever thing for that, so you know. Anyways, if you want to go to the Reddit yourself, you can whatever check it out. But I'm just gonna be looking at some of the top posts of all time on this Reddit. I don't know. Usually I have it where these videos are like 20 minutes long, so it just depends on however many I look at, I guess. So yeah, I guess let's look at the top however many. So this person, they say, I have been mocked and harassed for politely asking people to stop making certain noises. Literally screaming, scraping chairs across the floor, popping bags, etc. So, I don't like that sound, so I will scream at you. What Obulist thinks sounds... Okay, yeah, it's kind of like... They think we're being super rude about it, but really we're kind of just like, can you stop doing this? And I've had that where I've asked people to stop doing whatever multiple times. I've had to ask multiple times, and they still keep doing it, and so I'm just like, fuck you then. Like, what's the fucking point if you're just not gonna do anything? So yeah, it kind of got to a point where I'm just like, fuck you too, because I've said multiple times, I've waited a long time for you to stop, and then you still keep doing it, so thanks a lot. But yeah, the other one, like what we actually sound like, it's like everything sounds 100 times louder for me than you, and I am on the verge of a panic attack. Can you show sympathy? Yeah, we kind of just like, can you stop doing this because it irritates me or annoys me or whatever. Like, it's just a certain sound that is annoying for whatever, and they won't stop, so it's like, fuck you too then. So, yeah, that's shitty. So this person says disabled parking should only be valid during business hours 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. I can't see any reason why people with genuine disabilities will be out beyond these times. What? We're disabled, Daniel, not werewolves. Yeah, like, I mean, like, sure, a lot of people would have a hard time. Some people who have certain disabilities wouldn't be out, like, all the time or sometimes, but we can leave and go out wherever at any time, so that's fucking stupid that they're saying that. Hey, at Target, are you okay with people selling books that deny the existence of ADHD on your website? As long as he's in my house, he's my property, it says. The hell? ADHD does not exist. The truth about... What? Great family read. What the why would that be a family read? My son, 15, says he has ADHD, and also his liberal doctor. First off, he's just like any other kid. Does not have ADHD. I stopped getting him the pills that control him. he complains to me still, and so does his doctor, but as long as he's in my house, he's my property, so no ADHD medication. Overall, a great read and helps show you the truth. Do you know, if a doctor says someone is or has ADHD and they need whatever, like, or they give them whatever medication for it or whatever to kind of like help them and make it a little easier for them, then fucking take it. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, I guess there's a bigger one, so if you wanted to see it easier, then, you know, whatever. But yeah, that's, like, what the fuck? Yeah, the poor kids. What the fuck? Some kids, or some parents, or some certain people shouldn't have kids. So yeah, that's really shitty. Apparently I don't like to be hit on in the gym because I'm autistic. And so I guess they said something in a comment thing and said, "Don't try to flirt with me at the gym or library. Please don't. I just want to be able to exist without being hit on." Active in autism subreddits. Your preference is not the norm, nor is it healthy. Expecting others to cater to your communication preferences is rude and stupid. Even if they weren't autistic, certain people still want certain things and whatever, so it's like, you know, literally not everyone is the same. Literally not everyone wants the same stuff. So with everyone, you have to cater to their specific shit. So, like, it doesn't have anything really to do with someone being autistic. It literally just has to do with people want certain things. And that's just how people are. Like, it's not autistic or anything. What the F, most women / people don't enjoy it. It's perfectly healthy. Rude and stupid. Why does this remind me of a conversation I just had? I just posted 10 minutes ago in the sub. Sounds like they're trying to justify hitting on people by calling your experience invalid. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Like, it seems like they just want to be annoying to be annoying all the time, and they don't care if this or that person doesn't want it or whatever. Yeah, that's fucked. Who can relate? One time, my school did an autism simulation. They had us write down the lyrics to Mary Had a Little Lamb while singing the ABCs. And they flickered all the lights and were like, that's what it's like to be autistic. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Like, when you're trying to focus on one thing and then there's this other thing going on, and then, like, either the lights are flickering or, there's other noise somewhere else or something, and then it's like, you know, I can have music playing when I'm doing something else, like, even if I'm, like, writing something, but also if I'm actively thinking about whatever thing at the same time, like, I can't do it. So, yeah, if you're trying to think of one thing and then also another thing, it's like, no, stop. I need to think about this one thing first, and then think about this other thing after, I guess, and then whatever. Like, it's, I don't know exactly how to say it, but yeah, it's kind of, yeah. And then why I support Autism Acceptance Month over autism awareness. What? Why I hate the puzzle piece as a symbol for autism. I'm not missing a piece. I do not need solving. I like the infinity symbol for neurodiversity. It is inclusive and represents a broad spectrum of neurotypical differences. Another propaganda to rebel against normal heterosexual Christian capitalist society. What? I mean, like, okay, so the support autism acceptance months over autism awareness. I think we could have both, though. Like, that's kind of a weird whatever there, but, like, we can have acceptance for, all different kinds of autistic people, but also we can have, like, the awareness of, like, hey, we exist, this is a real thing. We can talk about it and stuff, and like, hey, this is how I experience it, this is how this other person experiences, this is how this other person experiences it, and whatever. Because, like, everyone experiences it differently. Some people might have similar things, but, that's kind of how things work with any kind of group of people. Like, obviously not every woman is the same, and they experience things differently, but they also experience some similar things too, so, yeah. But, like, this right down here is just like, what does this have to do with rebelling against heterosexual Christian capitalist society? What does that have to do with it? Like, where did they talk about being, like, sexualities or religion or whatever? Like, no one brought that up in the post. There's no mention of religion or sexuality or anything here. Like, nothing. It's literally just about being autistic and supporting autistic people. Like, I don't know, that's weird. So, because the idea that people are different challenges the normal heterosexual Christian capitalist society he loves so much, I guess so, but also, like, it still didn't mention anything like that in the thing. This is Chris. He is a professionally diagnosed autistic. I just want to live my life like everyone else. This is, okay, they're a self-diagnosed autistic who wants to feel special and be different. And so there's, like, saying all this whatever, like, uwu functioning labels are ableist, Asperger's is a slur, self-diagnosis is valid. I can't really, like, some of this is a little small. Functioning levels are rooted in ableism. The DSM, okay, ableist and the, I can't really read some of this because it's so small. Gee, don't say the R slur around me, I'm literally shaking now. Like, what? I say ooh, like, kind of on a whatever, and then, when someone says R slur, I tell people not to say it, because it's fucking stupid, and there's no reason for them to say it. And I literally got a diagnosis from an actual, like, doctor and whatever, or whatever you call them. Like, I am not self-diagnosed. I didn't even think about it before I got diagnosed. Like, I didn't think about, like, oh, I might be autistic before I went to whatever. So, why can't someone be both these things and be like, whatever, was professional diagnosed, whatever, and then, like, oh, I want my life to be normal, but also, like, whatever with other shit. Like, bruh. Another remake of that bullshit meme. Originally, it was trans men, I think, and it was bad then, it's bad now. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? What even? I don't know. It's fucking stupid. And then here is whatever shit with like Sia and whatever, which if you haven't heard of that, I think it was maybe like a couple years ago now. Whenever the Sia, she made whatever movie, um, and it was supposed to be like, oh, here's for all the autistic people, and it was literally just this giant mess. And she ended up deleting her social media because everyone was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? She was just like acting like a victim and whatever when she wasn't. It's like she worked with Autism Speaks, which horrible company if you don't know what they've done. Maybe I could make a video about it in the future, but there's other videos about it already. You can just look up Autism Speaks, like, I don't know, controversy or drama or whatever. Like, you can just look up that on like YouTube or whatever, and there's multiple videos that will come up. But yeah, they basically they don't help autistic people. That's like the best way to say it without going too much into it. They do not want to help us at all. Specifically, like especially if they're gonna help like children. It's like they don't want to help the children. They basically just like abuse children, autistic children. They don't want to help at all. And so the fact that she worked with them is fucking horrible. Um, and then she was like, oh, it's supposed to be like a love letter or some shit to autistic people. It's like, no, it's not. Like, this is not a love letter to us. And like the movie, if you want to go see people's reviews and stuff of the movie, there's also videos on that, because it's like, I'm not watching the video or the movie, so I'm just gonna watch like videos of people talking about it. And they had like, so like the main character, she wasn't even the main character, but the autistic character, she was like, you know, whatever, and then she had like an older sister, I think it was, and then they had, the older sister or whatever had a black friend, and it's literally just that stupid trope of like the black friend being like the, I don't know, mentor, the guidance or whatever, like that stupid trope of like, oh, this black dude, like, you know, since they're black, they have to be like a helper or whatever. They like guide the main character through whatever shit. I think there's also like they do that with a lot of Asian characters too, which is like, why are you just reducing them to being like guiding this other character through it, usually a white character through whatever thing? Like, why? Well, why is this a trope? Why is this a thing? Like, it's kind of weird. Um, but yeah, it's just like, what the fuck for that? And then they had it where he told the older sister that whenever the autistic character has to, like, whenever she has, like, a meltdown and she's, like, freaking out or whatever, you have to hold her down and, like, make it so she can't move and whatever, which, like, that method of doing that has literally killed people before. And also, you're gonna make them feel even more like shit doing that. Like, if I was having one of those, whatever, and someone, like, did that to me, yeah, I would, no, I wouldn't wanna be around them anymore, too. So, it's just like, fuck you for that scene, too. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. But this here, this, I guess, whatever thing, I guess it's, see if fans think that autistic people are low forms of life who should be in asylums, which I've actually had that thought before of like, if I was born back like however many years ago, I probably would have been put in an asylum, like back when they were running and whatever. Like I probably would have been put in one of them. But I obviously can't really exactly say like for sure, because you know it's a different kind of time there. So, but I don't know. It kind of makes you think like, you know, if you're a minority or whatever group of people that gets a lot of shit for just existing, like it makes you wonder like if you were born like however many years ago or like during this or that time period, it makes you think like, would I have like been in this or that situation, that would have been really shitty and horrible. But this tweet, I guess, where this person says these low forms of life have the audacity to mock Sia's feelings and the real danger she was in when they started all this drama because they felt offended by a story on a screen. Who the F let these deranged beings to rule the internet? They belong in asylums. But it's like, we can criticize something for being shitty. It's not just, oh, we're offended, how horrible, fuck you. It's, this literally is harmful and shitty. Like, we already get so much shit already. Like, we don't need a stupid movie by someone who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about or doing. Like, we already have it shitty enough. Like, we don't need this fucking garbage. So, yeah, fuck this person. And then there's this one. Hello, I am an autism mom, and here is a video of my child stimming. What? And then, wow, thanks for spreading awareness. Yeah, that's... what the fuck? And then, hi, I'm autistic, and here's a video of me stimming. Quit romanticizing a disability. You're faking attention seeker. Yeah, like, if anything, the autism mom or whatever is the one seeking attention. Like, she's got all this whatever going on, and, like, it's just like, hey, here's a video of my kid, and whatever. It's like, I'm guessing no one actually cares. And then, yeah, that's, what the fuck. And then, so no, they're not. People who aren't afraid to share their opinion get 5 stars. Reply with your most controversial opinion. Most of the time, if a neurodivergent person just tried harder, they'd be fine socially. What if they couldn't try harder, or they just can't? Like, it takes too much energy to do it a lot of the time. So, like, yeah, no. No. And then I guess this one will be the last one here. This dude has a harmless special interest. He should be institutionalized. So, autistic bro at my work, I can't relate to people, so he has pics of his car collection, like 8 cars on his desk instead of family. Can you imagine working with, let alone reporting to someone like that? Long past time to bring back institutions. Like, what? Like, sure, some people have, like, pictures of their family on their desk at work, but, you know, why not have, like, I don't know, a picture of your cat or your dog on your desk? Like, if someone wanted to have, like, a picture of their cat or their dog on their desk, I'm sure you wouldn't have a problem, especially if they weren't autistic. Like, I'm sure you wouldn't care if they whatever then. But the fact that they're autistic and they like cars, I guess, then you have a problem with it? Like, what? Sounds a lot like bitterness that she's not in his position. It's the worst. Yeah, if you, like, also, like, oh, you have to report to this person? Like, are you just salty that they're, what sounds like they're in a higher position in the job than you are? Like, you have to report to this person? So it's like, it sounds like they're in a higher position than you. So, like, are you just salty that, yeah, if I were her boss, I'd be hitting the road real quick. Your leader, not boss. Good leaders guide their team, help them grow. Help her lead it right out the door, you'd lead her right out the door where she needs to learn to grow up and not attack an entire portion of the population because some horribly misguided idea of appropriate decorations in management. Yeah, like, isn't the whole point of, like, having whatever desk things at a job or whatever like that, like, that you can put whatever you want on the desk? Like, you can put whatever pictures or, like, I don't know, whatever type of, like, little charms or something around on there. Like, isn't that the whole point of having that kind of job like that? Like, instead of just having it be the same thing or somewhat the same thing, like, you can make it seem like it's your own little space there. So, like, why the fuck are you salty that they have, like, pictures of their car collection? Like, what the fuck? Anyways, I think that'll be it for this video, though. That was some of the top posts on the Are the NTs Okay Reddit. Again, it was like a 20-minute video, but whatever. Yeah, anyways, I guess bye then.